The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Jasco Games. Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the daughter.
Take it away, Megan.
We are going to be playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the board game. And this is from Jasco Games.
Yeah, this is a game Megan actually researched at Gen Con.
I did. Yeah, I found it in the press room and then found our booth and here we are.
And you're kind of the Buffy person because...
I am.
But I started watching because
You
of the
have.
game, and I'm like a few episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
But so far it's been kind of funny.
It's good,
So
yeah.
I've kind of enjoyed it. But this is the board game.
Yes.
So I kind of needed to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, who the characters are, locations, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you don't know anything about Buffy, you can still play this game. So check it out.
All right.
Let's introduce you to the players that we have in this game. Dad is playing as Xander Harris. I didn't realize Harris was his last name.
Yep. He's a dork.
Yeah, but he's kind of funny.
You've just now got into Buffy too, after it being on the air for,
I know, and I'm only
20
like,
years later.
4 episodes in. But I'll kind of walk you through his card. He has basic actions. He has a search, which allows him to draw 2 item cards. He has fight, where he can stun a vampire in his location, or he can attempt to slay a monster of the week, or the big bad in his location. We got the use, which means that we get to use a location's ability, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We can move to any location on the board, so we can like teleport all over the city. And then we have a special ability, and his is special coordinate. I can choose another character, which would be Megan, and that character, and in a order, can, along with myself, can perform a basic action without spending an action token. So you're going to ask, why is that a special thing? We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but you'll notice I have 3 basic actions and a special action, and we're going to have these little tokens here that when we use them, we're going to flip them over. So it also says that he is going to start in Sunnyvale High because he's still in high school.
Yep.
And he will start with some holy water. And you can see the holy water gives an ability of fight to stun 1 vampire in any location, and it has a discard effect. And we'll talk about those as we use those. But now we come to who Megan is playing as, and no surprise, she's playing as Buffy.
The Slayer.
Yeah, Buffy's special...
Slayage.
Yeah, slayage. She can perform a move action and a fight action in any order. And then after performing this fight action, she gets to stun all baddies in the location.
It's pretty nice.
But she is going to start at the Summers residence. So
That's my house.
Starts at her house.
Yep.
And she is going to start with a stake because
stake.
she is a slayer.
Yep.
But we are also using the suggested first game show item and setup because we've played this a few times now, but we want to show you probably where you're going to be coming into the game. Megan is going to start with the Slayer Scythe. So it says each time you perform a fight action or you use your special ability, you can do a check, and you're going to look for you're going to look for these 2 symbols, and if you succeed, you get to slay 1 baddie in your location. You may say, what is a baddie? A baddie is a vampire or a demon, and those are going to be populated on the board.
Yep.
We also have a monster of the week, and it kills me because it actually says monster of the week. I think that's just hilarious.
You couldn't believe me either. They were called Scoobies.
Yeah. And then we have a big bad, and we are using the recommended first big bad, which is the Master. I've actually seen him in an episode, so I do know who he is. He's got some things that are going to happen at the end of the round. A vampire lurks at each location containing a clue token. Because when we defeat the monster of the week, a clue token is going to be left on the board.
It's like a Blue's Clues. There's 3 of them.
It is that. And then when the Master reveals himself, they're going to place him in the Hellmouth, which is location on the board. Then we're going to do a check for every 2 vampires, and things are going to happen. And then when he is awakened, and he's not going to awaken until we have the 3rd plot. He actually has 6 plot cards, but whenever we basically research a clue, we're going to be able to reveal one of those. And once the 3rd one is revealed, then he comes into play. And then we're going to do a check, and he's going to do some things. So we'll talk about that when that happens as well.
But what's a check?
What is a check? Well, whenever we use our special action, we have event cards, but these are multi-use. So whenever we have to do a check, we're actually going to draw from the event deck, and we're going to look at this symbol down here at the bottom. And if that matches whatever it says we need to do the check, then that check succeeds. Now, talking about the events, anytime we do a special action, we are going to draw the top card of the event deck. And this looks pretty cool. The newspaper, the Sunnydale Press, mayhem caused.
But monsters were not part of it.
And we're going to flip this over, and it says, this first part says a vampire lurks at the bronze, which the bronze is like the...
It's the hip happening place to go to, man.
For you 90210 fans, it'd be the equivalent of the Peach Pit or something like that.
It's the bronze.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Except I guess Peach Pit is more of a diner, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a club.
Yeah, this is a club. This is happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we also have the second part, which says a townie needs help at City Hall. So what this means is these first two spots are going to tell us where we're going to place certain character tokens out on the board. And then we have this area down at the bottom, and you'll see it says place this card beside the game board. Until the end of the round, vampires deal an additional wound token when they attack characters this round. And we'll talk about how wounds and all that take place as we're going through the game, because I think that's going to be the best way to kind of teach you how to play is just by watching us. We can lose the game in a couple of ways. If we get to the end and we have to place a token there on the apocalypse track, we lose. Or if we ever run out of tokens that we cannot place out anymore, we are going to lose as well. But we're going to be bouncing back and forth. Megan's going to be the first player because she's always the first player. She's the chosen one.
It says, I'm the chosen one.
Yeah.
It says if you're Buffy, you get to be the first player, but then, you can kind of go from there if you're not Buffy.
So what we do is we just kind of place our action tokens next to these spots on the board. We're going to bounce back and forth. So Megan will take an action, I'll take an action, until we have used all 4 actions, including that special, because you have to use the special, because that means twice a turn or twice a round, we're going to have to draw event cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see all that as that plays out. So we've got all the decks shuffled up and we're ready to play. Okay, Megan, you are the Slayer, the chosen one.
Yeah.
We have to set up the board first. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw an event card. Since this is a 2-player game, we're going to draw 2 of those. We're going to populate the board with the first 2 spots on those cards, and we're going to ignore the bottom spot.
Mm-hmm. So the first one says, vampire lurks at the magic shop, and a townie needs help at Shadow Valley Vineyards. So that was the first one. The second one is a demon terrorizes Rosedale Cemetery, and a vampire lurks at UC Sunnydale.
So only 1 townie on the board.
That's not terrible at the moment. But yeah, and we get to pick our first Monster of the Week. Comes out. It is the Slaw demon. I am only on like season 5. I don't honestly remember some of these, but he appears at UC Sunnydale. So then he has a monster activation thing that we will get to when we get to that part of the game. But he currently needs a tome and weapons in order to try to defeat him.
Yeah, so we're going to pick those things up as we go around town. We're going to be activating locations, essentially, where we use locations.
So, tomes and weapons. Weapons we can get at the initiative base, and tomes we go get at the library because we go talk to Giles about that.
Giles.
I love Giles. He's one of my favorites. So we have 2 vamps and a demon.
But only 1 townie.
Only 1 townie, which isn't bad, but it'd be cool to get some of those guys off the board too. But I think I'll go over here. I'll use my move action so I can get some weapons next turn.
Alrighty.
You're at Sunnydale. You could use your location's ability.
I will
and get
use
some
that,
tomes.
and I will get two tomes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually search through the item deck.
Yep.
And you spend a lot of time actually searching through
Rather
instead
than
of actually.
drawing.
Yeah. So there is a tome. Actually, 2 tomes right there on the bottom. I would shuffle that up normally, but it's okay. In a 2-player game, you can actually hold 4 items.
Yep.
In a normal game where you have 3 or more players, you can only hold 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I can hold more.
Nice.
So that was my one
So
action.
I'm gonna use my location's ability and get 2 weapons. So then, if we happen to meet up, we could do a swap.
Yeah, kind of like if you're familiar with Pandemic, if you're in the same location, you can do as a free action, you can swap items.
Which I hate Pandemic. It is not one of my favorite games. But oddly enough, I like another game that the designer of Pandemic created, which is essentially Pandemic but different themed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like this.
Thunderbirds are go.
Thunderbirds is such a good game, though.
Okay, so that was your
mine.
second action?
Yes.
Well, I think I will just go over
wanna
to
come to me?
you.
I'll give you a weapon if you
Or is there
pick my
someplace
tone.
we should meet up at
Well,
Yeah, let's-
I'm probably gonna use my special
to move and
so demons move 2, vampires move 1.
they move towards the
They
closest
move towards
townies?
the townie. So you could probably go
Oh,
to
yeah. Or what?
I would say I don't know, you still have your special. I was gonna try to go to the cemetery and take out the demon since he moves 2. If you want to go to Sunnydale and take out the
Well, we got to get together so I can.
vampire.
Well, you can hit the monster of the week.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if I go,
could.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you're
going
right.
to
Let's
go
there.
here.
Yeah, so move there.
So that's my move.
Okay, I'll move.
Would you like a tome?
Actually, I'll use my special. I will take the tome though.
Here we go.
So my special is I can perform a move action and a fight action in any order. So I'm gonna try to. So I move. So now I'm gonna try to fight the monster of the week. So I have tomes and weapons, and we need an ankh or a pentagram, which we got an eye. So that didn't work out, but these get discarded. So you actually have a chance.
Yeah, so that's the kind of bad thing. Yeah, the negative on this is it's not a sure thing. You've got to be able to make that check. And if you fail the check, you lose the things.
But I use my special, so we have to do an event. So a vampire lurks in City Hall, and a demon's going to be at the Bronze. All characters with items must discard 1 item unless a character shuffles an artifact back into the artifact deck.
Well, I don't want you to have to lose your artifact.
Yeah, technically though, I should have used this with the fight. Because it's, each time you perform a fight action or use your special ability, you can make a check, and you could slay a baddie, which I did not do.
Yeah. Oh
It
well.
would have helped, but
All right,
I'll
so I
keep
gotta
that in mind.
I gotta get rid of 1 item.
Yeah, so I gotta get rid of my steak.
So I'm gonna get rid of my holy
I don't
water.
want to get rid of my scythe.
I'm going to go ahead and use my normal action, and I am going to try to
Monster of the week.
fight the monster of the week.
So tome and weapons.
So there's those 2,
You
and
need
go ahead and do a
an
check for me.
ankh or a pentagram. You got an ankh.
So the monster of the week is Toast.
Woo!
So what we're going
Drops
to
a
do
clue.
is, so he drops a clue, and it's where that monster spawns since he didn't have a chance to move. And I discard these. I don't get to do any of the discard actions
No.
on there. But a new monster of the week will come out
Yes.
immediately.
It is Gnarl. I don't know him. He appears at Shadow Valley Vineyards up here. That guy.
Uh-oh.
Characters cannot move from his location, and Gnarl cannot be targeted by the effects of artifacts. So I cannot use my scythe to slay a baddie with him, but you can't move from his location or their location.
The townie can't, right?
Characters,
Oh, any character.
any character, that includes us.
So you got to take him out.
Yeah. Well. All right. So that was your action. We need a weapons and a wood stake.
Well, here's the thing. You've got 1 action left.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of that because of
The
the
clue?
masters. Yeah, the master will spawn. Let's see. It's at the end of each round. A vampire lurks at each location containing a clue
Okay.
token.
Yeah. So
So-
I will do. It's the search
Yep.
to investigate that clue.
And what that is going to do is it brings out the first plot card.
All right. The first plot says vampires move 1 additional location during monster activation. Yay.
Normally, the vampires are only going to move once. and now they're
Everyone
gonna
moves
move
2.
Now, we do not resolve these until we actually try to take out the baddie.
Yep.
So these are just going to kind of sit there, and they make the game a little harder. But you can't fight them. And it does tell you that this is the symbols that you need. You still do a check too at the end. So that'll become clear when we fight the big bad.
You still have your special though,
I have my special.
so you're gonna have to use that.
So
We need items.
well, and you'll notice on the board you see these arrows. That shows how the baddies are going to move around.
Yep.
So that vampire is still going to get all the way over there, but then again,
He moves
the
too. Yeah,
monster
they're
of the
all going
week's
to
there.
come over there.
The best thing we can do is not get wounds from that guy. So I'm going to use my special, which you and I are going to be able to do a basic action without spending an activation. So
All right.
I will. Do I even want to? We can do it in any order.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go first and try to
Okay.
take him out.
I'm going to use the fight to stun the vampire, so at least he's stunned. But each time you perform a fight action, you can make a check, which it's the Ankh, which is not what I needed. So I do not get to slay that baddie.
Bummer.
I know. But at least he's stunned. So
He is stunned, and I don't have any items in order to do anything.
you can
However, I'm going to
search.
use this location, and it says I get to draw 3 items. So I'm drawing 3 off the top.
That is
I
like-
got a steak, a garlic, and weapons.
You need a steak and weapons for the monster of the week.
Okay, so
That works out.
I've used all my actions. Megan
too.
has used all her actions. Now it's time for the monsters to activate.
Yeah.
So what the monsters do is they are going to look and see if there are any townies that are near them, and they're going to take them out. Now,
That are unprotected.
that are unprotected.
It means
So,
we're not by them.
so what happens is, in the, kind of the order of the monster activation is, if the big bad's on the board, he goes first.
Which he's not yet.
Next, we have the monster of the week. So he's going to go, and he acts just like any other baddie.
He does not have a monster activation phase, though, on his card, so he just stays there.
But he is with a townie.
He's with Townie, so Townie,
Townie dies.
yeah, so he goes on our apocalypse track. So, lost one.
All right, so the monster of the week ate that guy.
He ate him.
Yeah, he ate him.
Lovely.
So that guy is stunned, so he's not going to mess with us. But because we don't have any other townies on the board,
It's us.
everybody is going to be moving to us.
Lovely.
Now, they're not going to hurt us this turn because this is their activation.
need to kill them.
They hurt people first and then they move.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is this vampire is going to move towards us.
He moves too.
This demon is going to move towards
He
us.
moves too. He's just going to hang out over there.
Yeah.
Angel's
So
place.
we're kind of surrounded. So now what we do is we go to the end of the round.
Yep.
So the first thing we do is we flip over all of the stunned baddies. And then we're going to look for any of the end of round instructions on the big bad board, which his is at the end of the round, a vampire lurks at each location containing a clue token. Well, Megan cleaned that clue token up, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we're going to check to see all of the passive locations that we have to see if anything happens. Now, most of these are if there is a townie or a character at those. We actually are not at any of those. And the rest of these, I don't think there's anything that actually pops up that we have to worry about
What's
here.
the bronze do again?
The bronze is after the monster activation if there is a townie here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
So-
so we're all good.
Now, had we been in a location where we were alone with a townie, we could have saved that townie. And what that means is we just take them off the board, so they're out of harm's way.
Yep.
But
We
we
lost
were not
one.
able to do that, so
It
that
happens.
townie that dies goes to the apocalypse track. And now first player will come over to me. We reset our activations back to the action side, not the use side. And we're ready to do our
We need
thing.
to do some sledge.
Okay, so the question is, do I want to thin the herd out here? Or,
You can potentially go for the monster of the week.
yeah, I could go for the monster of the week, or do I want to thin this out?
I mean, you have a
They're all in one location, which is actually kind of good.
1 in 3 chance though of a 2 in 3 chance really of defeating the monster of the week.
Monster
though,
of the week needs a stake and weapons.
Which you have. You should drew those.
All right, you know what? I will. I'll use.
Just move over.
Yeah, just move him over.
Okay. I really need to get some steaks, honestly. Before I can try anything, so I'm just gonna move. Actually, should I draw 3 cards?
Yeah,
All in
wouldn't
there?
hurt. Yeah.
Okay. So I will use the location's ability to draw 3 cards. So I have magic supplies, a wound, or wooden stake, not a wound, and tomes. So, yeah, I could heal at least with the magic.
Okay, well, I will
Try.
try to fight him.
So
Fight the monster of the
you
week.
need a wooden stake.
A wooden stake and weapons.
So
there's-
you need an ankh or an eye. You got an ankh.
Hey, all right.
Nicely done.
We're kind of flying through this.
Don't jinx
This
the
game's
shit.
easy.
Don't do that.
All right, so
Yep. So the clue token is dropped there. Our new monster of the week is a Bezoar. He appears at Hellmouth. I'm sorry, you look at that side
I
up.
don't like the monster
That
of the week.
cracks
side.
you up. So his ability during monster activation, each townie wounds a character in their location. So if we end up in a location with a townie, they're gonna hurt us.
Is that where that monster week started?
Yeah.
It didn't.
He never moved. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we need tomes and weapon. I have tomes.
It's your turn.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I have a wooden stake now, so I'm gonna try to. You know what? I'll do my special because then I'll move over to Sunnydale. No,
If you did your special, you're going to move the fight. You only go there.
you can do them in any order. So I could fight, and then move. Yeah. So I mean, I could do that and then move over here, and then I'm setting up for next turn. So I will fight with my wooden stake. I can dust a vampire, so he's gone. And since I used a fight and technically my special ability, I can make a check. It is a pentagram, so if I succeed, which I did, I can slay a baddie.
Slay that demon.
Yeah, get rid of him. So that thinned out, and then I move to the initiative base where I can get some weapons. I'll have to do a swap. But since I used my special to trigger an event, a demon terrorizes in Westfield Cemetery, and vampire lurks in Angelus's mansion.
Where Angel is?
That's where my boyfriend
But does it-
lives. Yeah.
Your boyfriend?
Spoilers.
Oh.
You haven't got there yet. Oops. You're like on
You're talking
episode
Buffy,
4.
not you.
Not
you don't
me.
like
I
David
don't-
Boreanaz or
no,
whatever his name is.
I do not like it. He doesn't do anything for me.
Oh.
Place this card beside the game board until the end of the round. The Hellmouth cannot be activated this round, which is kind of fine, but I'll put that there just so we know.
Okay.
So that was that. Your turn.
No quite.
Do you want to pick up that
I
clue?
will go ahead and look at that, yeah.
So that is... At the end of each round, spawn one vampire at the Hellmouth, the Crypt, or Catacombs, and it's up to the player.
Nice.
So Hellmouth, Catacombs, and Crypt.
Now, what does this do again?
That is vampires move 1 additional movement.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So they move 2. So,
Back to you.
weapon and tomes. You don't have anything. Honestly, you need to get weapons.
I have garlic.
What does your garlic do?
It's like put it on my pizza.
Girl.
Garlic says during your turn you may discard this card to place a garlic token in the location without spending an action. The first time a baddie would move to a location containing a garlic token, remove the token instead. Baddies may still spawn in locations with garlic.
So it just prevents them moving to that location?
Yep.
So it's like a way of protecting a townie,
Yeah.
essentially. Oh.
We
okay.
have no townies on the board, do we?
We don't. Which is kind of good because they can't hurt us at the moment, but we're gonna get some vampires coming after us. So I'm at the initiative base, so I'm gonna use the location's ability, get 2 weapons, so I will swap out. Actually, I'll only take 1 because we need the tome, so I'll swap for the magic supplies. There we go. Do that. Alright.
And that was your last?
No, I
Oh,
still
you
have 1
got
action, yeah.
That's right. I got my special.
You're special.
My special. And what'd you say we need?
Tomes and weapons.
Okay.
So I have that. Then you have to
where
go
do
to
I
the
get
Hellmouth.
tomes?
Tomes is Sunnydale High.
Ugh.
You gotta go talk to your watcher.
Well, okay. You know what? I'll go there. I guess I'm just moving now.
You're not
I'm not
using your
actually-
special?
Yeah, I'm using my special, but
But
that's
you're not
as an
using
action.
the special ability. You're just using it as a regular.
Yeah, but I'm going to do that so that you can get a free action.
Okay.
My action was I'm moving.
Got ya. Okay. So then I'll just move.
You want to move there? Because because you still got an action left. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
See? So then my action will be to fight. Attempt to. So tomes and weapons.
Come on.
I need an ankh or an eye. It's an eye, dude.
Okay.
This is like the quickest we've gone through the monster of
I
the
know.
weeks.
So the monster of the
scared
week is gone. We're going to drop that.
And the Hellmouth.
Now, unfortunately, we're out of actions.
We are.
So, Okay,
Right.
so the big bad is not revealed yet because we do not have that third plot
No.
out. So now the monsters are going to move. We don't have any monsters
They're just gonna
with
come to
townies.
us.
Yeah. So these guys, they have a hunt priority. So they're going to go either at a townie, which we have no townies on the board, or they're going to go to
Us.
the Slayers. Is Xander really a Slayer?
He's a Scooby.
He's a Scooby.
He,
All right.
he gets better as the show goes
So
on.
these guys are going to go here.
Yep.
And the vampires,
too.
they're going to move too, so they're going to
So-
go to here.
Yep. Demons move too.
The demons move too, so they're all going
Hanging
there.
out.
And we do get to choose where they move, so we can kind of help
and then
ourselves.
at the end of each round, you spawn a vampire at either the Hellmouth Crypt or Catacombs. Let's do it at the Crypt, which is over here.
Yeah.
So at the end of the round, so that technically would have been with the Big Bad.
Oh. Did we flip an event?
No, we did not.
I should have
Oops.
flipped that
Well,
That's okay.
all right. Vampire looks at Angel's Mansion. Chimney.
That's fine.
Um,
Which he would have moved then.
He
to
would
here.
have moved too. He would have technically moved to me.
Well, but he would go to
He
me
would go
because
to
I'm
you
the
first.
first.
And then Townie is at Cemetery up here. Westfield, Townie. Just grab a Townie. Doesn't matter. Girl or boy. both the same.
That would change things though.
Yeah. He was here, so he wouldn't have moved.
Yeah.
So these guys, it's fine. That's the only difference. These are still.
Those guys were there. And those guys were
This
there.
would have been closer, yeah. So
These
they
guys
would have.
been. Yeah,
He
they
would have been here. He would be here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what should have happened.
But then replace one Townie on the game board with a vampire. So that
Oh.
wouldn't have mattered, actually.
You're right, it wouldn't matter.
So.
And when you replace, it's not like they kill. No, they stay there. 'Cause
No,
they
but that
moved.
would have been with your. That would have been before we moved people. So
Oh,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. These guys wouldn't have moved.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so.
Sorry for that little confusion.
It's fine.
So but then he would have moved.
He would have moved
And
there.
he would have moved to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
think that's right.
that didn't really change anything, but it's okay.
No. Okay.
Alright.
So none of them were with us when that
No.
occurred. So we're not taking
Yeah, we're okay.
any other bad things there. With the round being over, this goes away.
The Hellmouth was not activated. We're good.
The Hellmouth was not activated. However,
Yeah.
so now the baddie is going to happen, and the vampire lurks at each location where there's a clue token.
Yep.
So we've got that to deal with. All right.
So that's it.
So back to you. We
Kinda.
reset our items.
We really need to get rid of some vamps because if we run out of vamp tokens, that's a problem. So, I'm going to just go ahead and search so I can get that plot.
There's the clue token.
Thank you. Last one. At the end of each round, spawn a vampire at either Sunnydale Cemetery, Rosedale Cemetery, or Westfield Cemetery.
A lot of cemeteries in this town.
There's 3. Lots of people die. It happens when you live on a Hellmouth. So,
I guess.
You know. Alright, so that was my move. Or my action. It's your turn. You need to fight. And we need to get some stuff to start taking those
and
guys out.
You actually cannot use a location whenever the baddies are there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I did that earlier, did I? When we were
No.
there,
I don't.
did I?
Maybe.
I don't remember. If I did, consider that a goof.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we need.
Stuff.
Actually, he's going to appear now.
Oh crap.
So he
He
appears.
does.
Yeah, he appears there. When the master reveals himself, place him in the Hellmouth. Then check.
Hi.
We're going to do a check for every 2 vampires on the game board. For each success, add
Oh my
1
God.
townie to the apocalypse
We
track.
might.
So that is the eye, if I am not mistaken,
Where?
on his check.
No, that's the pentagram. You are
Oh,
mistaken.
pentagram. Okay.
Crap. Every 2 vamps?
So there's 2,
Two,
4,
four,
6,
six.
7. So we're going to do 3.
Nope. Yes. Yes.
All right. So we're going to add 2 townies to the apocalypse track.
Alright. You need to fight people. You need to get rid of these vamps.
But Hamilton wants to fight, not right.
Oh my god.
Okay. The problem is I don't have anything.
Well, I have
The only
seen
thing
that
I
by
could
the time
do
this
is
published.
stun. Huh?
Well, I have seen Hamilton by the time this is published. Maybe.
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 if I have a stake, I can dust as well.
Yeah, you can dust. Yeah, so you need to get stakes. Stakes are in the crypt.
Yeah. So.
Move.
And we need.
Stakes.
We need a stake
cross,
there. So
holy water.
I'm just gonna move over to the crypt then.
Garlic. All right. Well, I'm there.
I have a garlic.
Yeah.
Oh, garlic and holy water, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's 3 holy waters, garlic, cross, and
now
steak.
what's that one do? Because we can get rid of that now. If I go get instead of getting a steak, I get a holy water.
You'd have to go up to the mansion.
But what does that do? I forgot.
That spawns a vampire at cemeteries. This one spawns vampires at the purple locations.
You know what? Let's go here.
So, okay. You're getting... Oh, no. That's garlic.
That's
Holy
garlic.
water is at the catacomb. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
I misread the symbol.
All right.
Okay. Should I fight? Should I dust the vampire there? I need to get rid of some.
You don't have... Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm fighting. Dust the vampire at my location.
Poof.
Hey, if I did that... nope. That's a baddie. He's the big bad. That doesn't work that way. That would be nice if it did.
So you're done?
I'm done.
All right.
That's
I'm
all I
going
did.
to do the use, and I get to take 2 holy waters.
Nice. I'm going to use my special slayage.
Slayage.
I love that. It's fun. Perform a move or fight action in any order. I'm going to move here. I'm going to fight. So dust a vampire. Since I did that, I'm going to check. I was successful, so I can slay another baddie. So I will
Get rid of that
slay.
demon.
Yep, slay the demon. So it's a twofer.
Now, because you used your special, you're
Yep.
doing an event.
Vampire is in Westfield Cemetery. Demon terrorizes at Angel's Mansion. We're all having a party there.
They are.
If possible, remove a townie sharing a location with a character from play and replace it with a vampire.
No
There's
townies.
no townies. That worked.
We're townie free.
Yep.
Townie free. All right, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to fight him on my next turn.
Okay. There's a vampire there, so I'm just gonna dust him as my action. So fight. Bye bye.
Okay.
So at least we kind of cleared the board a little bit
So
there.
I'm doing my special.
Yep.
And wait a minute.
Do you want to
Oh,
do your
garlic.
special?
It's garlic and holy water, right?
Yeah, garlic holy
All right.
water.
Garlic and holy water.
You need an ankh or a pentagram. It's a pentagram. So
Hey.
we got that out of the way.
So that one is toast.
Nice.
All
And
right.
since you used your special though,
Oh no, not yet. You get you get a free
I
action.
do get free action. Ooh. I'll move. Oh, they're gonna move. If I move to
What do
them. Well, okay. So I
You probably want to get away from them.
just clear the board. They move 2.
We need holy water.
I'll move here because they can't even with 2, so I'm good there.
Yeah, you're gonna be safe.
All right, so the special, vampire lurks at Shadow Valley Vineyards, and then a demon terrorizes the magic box. If there are demons adjacent to a character, they're not.
They're
They
not.
move to the character's location, but we don't do that.
Nope.
All right, that's it.
Okay, so now it is time for the big baddie.
What's he do?
So we're going to do a check.
Eye.
You have an eye.
It's an eye.
All
I have 2
vampire.
eyes. But yes.
Yes, all vampires move.
Where?
They're going to do their normal hunt.
So they
So-
move 3?
Well, they're going to move right now. So
Crap, they can get to me then.
this gives them. That says
+1, so now they can move.
they're going to move 2.
They move 2.
They're just going to move. I'm actually the closest.
You are.
So they're going to come to me.
Vampire here.
Yeah, he's going to
Vampire
go to you.
here. There.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the big bad. Now, Monster of the Week, which we don't have a Monster of the Week anymore.
No. But we do these.
We are, well, we did that one.
No, we did this.
Yeah,
Did the
but
check.
these guys did.
Vampires move. The additional one. We did that. Demon stuff.
Wait a minute. So that was this
That's what
guy.
I'm saying, yeah.
So now these guys are going to move. He's going to
Yeah.
move to there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He's
They're
going
gonna
to move
hit
there.
me. Yeah.
And these guys are going to move to there.
They're gonna get me. Yeah. Yike.
Yeah, we're going to take a lot of wounds here.
End of each round.
Oh.
Spawn a vampire.
And demons,
Yeah, that's
are
what I'm
gonna
saying.
move.
Demons still move.
they're going to move to me. Wow, I'm going to get hit.
Spawn a vampire either Hellmouth, Crypt, or Catacombs. Hey, the Crypt's pretty far away.
Yeah,
Huh, that's where he's gonna go.
go down there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, one of the things that we should have done is when the big bad arrived on the board, Megan was actually in this location, and it says when he awakens and arrives, we add a wound to the apocalypse track. So that should have happened.
That should happen.
All right, so now what we're going to do is the big bad is going to activate.
To do a check.
So we have to do a check to see what his special is.
It's an eye.
It's an eye. So the eye says, all vampires move.
So just one?
They're going to move 2 because of that. Two
There's an
spots.
additional, okay.
So these vampires are going to go
To you.
1, 2.
He's going to move here. He would move there, there, there.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Now,
Regular movement?
well, because vampires are where I'm at, then there's 2 of them. Bloodsuckers. They're going to hit me on one side of my neck, and they're going to hit me on the other side of my neck. Okay, so I'm going to get hit by those vampires. So 1 wound
Yikes.
and 2 wounds. So
Ugh.
we're past the
We're no longer
the
slayers.
Slayer.
Not
thing.
Slayer level.
Okay, so now they're going to hunt because they've already feasted on me. I'm pasty
Gross.
white now. Okay, so vampires are going to move up to 2 spaces, and they're going to move towards any townies, but there's no townies. And since there are no townies, they are going to move towards us. Demons move 2, so they're going to go to there. There's
Jeez.
a lot of them there.
Yeah. Well, they were all having a party at Angels, and they just came over to the Hellmouth,
Was that an angel party?
I guess.
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
had angel food cake.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, so...
Angel's place isn't all that nice, though. I wouldn't really want to hang out there.
All right, so that is the end of the turn. We do not have any that are stunned, so we're not going to flip those.
No.
We are going to now look at these locations and find out if any of these trigger. It says after monster activation, if there are unprotected townies, nope.
Oh, wait.
nothing
At
there.
the end of the round, we should have put a vampire somewhere.
Okay.
Crypt. Because then he's away from us. So then he still would have moved too, which is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was okay.
All right. Let's see. We don't have any guys to save, no townies to save. And we're going to shuffle the cards back up. And you gave me that, so we're going to reset our action tokens. So what do we need? We need holy water, stake, cross,
Yep.
and
2 holy waters, stake and a cross. I have a stake.
Fortunately, the holy water is where you're at.
I need to fight people, though, first
We gotta
to get rid of that.
get rid of them.
Yeah, but you're first. So would you like to do some things that you need to move out of there?
Yeah, I gotta move.
That's not fun.
So
You need holy water, cross, or stake.
well, we gotta take these guys out.
You want to come join me? We can fight.
Um,
Crosses are over here if you want to try to get some items.
the problem is we need holy water. We
need
need
2
holy
of
water
them.
for
You
both.
have
So we
one.
gotta get this cleared out in order to use that location.
Okay, so move there, I guess. I can potentially take out 2.
Yeah.
I'm at least taking out 1.
Well, I have a holy water already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you
Ooh.
want to try to go get a cross or stakes?
You know what? Let's go to the crypt and get a steak.
Okay,
I'd like mine well done, no pink in the middle.
a different kind of steak. It's not a steakhouse in the crypt.
Yeah.
I don't think Spike's cooking up steaks.
Okay. So that's my 1.
All right. So I'm gonna do my fight. So I can dust a vamp, get rid of 1. I used a fight, so I'm gonna make a check. It was successful because it was a pentagram, so slay another 1.
Cool.
At least we got 2 for.
2 for.
All right. So
All right,
use
I'm
your
going to
location.
use it, and I get 2
steaks.
steaks. I wonder how big they are. 6 ounce? They're right there.
They're handheld.
I'm getting hungry now.
For steak. All right. I'm gonna actually do my special. So I'm gonna use the fight action first. So dust this vampire. And technically I'm gonna move though. No, actually, you know what? I'll just use regular action. So I'll just fight. So I'll do that because I don't want to move yet. Because next turn I want to get the holy water.
Okay. I have everything there. I
Do
could.
you want to try? You have to be with him though, don't you?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad things there.
Well, I don't want to end my turn there. I want to run like a little girl. The
what
only
Xander's
problem is
good
I'd have
for.
to move, and then I'd have to spin a thing to fight.
Yeah.
So
You would have got to cut farther away from there, so they don't come at you.
maybe this is not the right time to fight.
No. think you should move away.
Run away.
Well, you've got 2 more.
You know what? I could get some...
magic and heal?
Well, let's see. I got to keep my holy water.
Yeah. If you discard, though, your stake, during your turn you can discard it and dust a vampire in your location without using an action. So, like, you can move at least somewhere and take one out so that they're not moving towards us.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily do that, though. But what I could do is I could move there, and then I could dust him on my next turn, and then these guys are... Oh, wait a minute. They could actually move towards me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, we need to take some of them out, I feel like. Even if you just take, like, one of those guys out. You see what I'm saying, though? So I'm saying if you move here and then you discard a stake, you can at least get rid of him or him. And then you still have your special action where you could just move away. So you're not going to get hurt, potentially. I think that's the best case right now.
Okay, so say that again.
So I'm saying either move to one of these, discard a stake, so you can dust a vamp. So that's your one action. And then use your special and just move away. I had to move the opposite on the board, because if they can at least move possibly 3.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so my regular action
Just move.
is going to go here. And
Okay.
you're saying get rid of
Discard,
a stake
because then you can dust a vampire.
to dust the vampire.
Just
So
so
I gotta
that's
get rid
one
of the
less to
stake.
worry about.
One less thing to worry about?
Yeah.
Never going to be president now.
I'm not gonna publish my affairs, but it's fine.
The Reynolds
I'm a little bit smarter than Hamilton, I think, in that regard. So I have my special and I have regular action. Okay, so I'm gonna use the location and grab 2 holy water.
Holy waters. There's 1. There's 2.
Cool. So then, because then I could still move with your special if you wanted.
Well, that's going to be next, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I could move somewhere and then I can still use my special to
What
move
else
and
do
fight.
we need?
Crosses in the vineyards.
But yeah, I want to get away from everybody.
So this is furthest, really.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my special, and I'm going to move over there. That's all I'm going to do.
Just your
But
move.
you get a
Yeah.
special.
So
Or you get a normal action.
So
Sorry.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
So then I'm using my special to perform a fight action first. So I'm dusting this vampire,
Yep.
and then I'm
you're
gonna
use
see
your
if I
scythe.
can use. Yep, I'm successful. So the demon's gone, and then I'm moving, running away.
Demon Llama.
How's it going? Hi, buddy. At
So
the
you.
vineyards.
So just to clarify, Megan moved there
With your
with
special.
my ability,
Yes.
and then she used her special ability.
Yes.
However,
Oh,
we forgot to do both of those.
Let's do that now. Vampire lurks in Sunnydale High, and then Townie needs help in Sunnydale Cemetery. Place the card beside the game board. Demons deal an additional wound token if they attack characters.
Okay.
So that was yours,
That was mine.
technically. Vampire lurks at the Summers. I did not invite you in my house, excuse you. And Townie needs help at Glorificus's mansion. Place the card by the end of the game board for the end of round. Summers residents cannot be activated this round. Just fine, no one's there.
That's okay. So we were done. All right. So monster activation. None of those are. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That one.
vampire can go in the catacombs. Hellmouth.
You can get the Hellmouth.
Hellmouth catacombs are
Alright.
crypt. That
You
he
can
can
go
chill
Hellmouth.
there. It's an eye for his check.
An eye.
Yeah, which
The
is not
eye
good.
means all vampires move.
Yeah, and they move in 2. So this guy's gonna go here though, because he's closest. He moves 2, 1, 2,
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah. Because they're going to move towards
They're all just
townies first.
Hanging out here.
And demons are going to move
Two.
too, so they're all going to move here.
Yep. Party.
Wow, look at all that. All
Party
right.
at City Hall. Maybe
So
they're
that
getting
was
stuff done.
just the big bad.
And then just normal monster
So
movement.
yeah, vampire's going to kill that townie. Vampire's going to kill that townie. So we go
Well,
to.
We're still in Scooby level at the moment.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully we
All
can
right. So
survive that.
pass that to you. These go away.
Yep. Okay, well I've got holy water and a steak.
Guess what? He's all by himself.
Yeah, he
all
is.
by myself.
Don't wanna be.
Huh?
Don't wanna be all by myself. I know that's.
Doodaloo.
I mean, I could go and try to fight him. Get one more thing off.
You got what you need? Yep.
Yeah, I could try. Let's go.
Do that.
Special then.
Oh, special.
Let's just get it out of the way. Yeah. So I have a steak.
And what do you
Holy
need?
water.
Steak and holy water. You need an eye or a pentagram.
It's an eye.
Get that out of here.
Bye bye. I need another steak though.
And
not
we
good without a
need.
steak.
I need a cross, so I got to use and get 2 crosses, and I'm where I can get a cross, right?
Yeah.
So I can
Vineyards.
get 2. Why would you get a cross at a vineyard?
Why wouldn't you get wine at a vineyard? That's what I would be doing. I mean, I guess the wood to like hold the vines in place, you could make a cross.
I guess.
Maybe it's where they get the church wine. So maybe that's why there's crosses.
Well, is
there.
that actually a church
It's
on
a
the thing?
vineyard. I don't know.
I'm standing on it, so I can't actually see it.
You're
real well.
like
No, that's just.
that's
Is it a
just a
church?
building. Oh, it could be a church. I don't know.
You know, one of the things I haven't done this game that I did in the last game we played, which was really helpful, is I got an artifact. I got that
Yeah,
knife.
but that was with Faith's knife. That's if you get tomes because you can discard for an artifact. We haven't really got tomes.
Well, I used my tomes to.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got a cross and holy water. Hey, you should
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do
yeah,
next.
it should be moving. Well, I am not
Oh,
really useful.
You used your special. You didn't do a thing.
I did. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting that. Vampire lurks at the vineyards where you're at. Townie's at the magic box needing help. I don't know if Sanders' future girlfriend is working. You're gonna need a lot of help there. If there's currently at least one vampire sharing a location with a hero or character, add a wound to the apocalypse track. That's you.
No, we just lost our Scooby status.
Oh no. We're close. We're so close.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my special,
I know what you're doing.
and
I know
I
what
am
you're
going to move to here as a free action.
Cross.
Cross and holy water.
Yep.
Yep. And
I get an action now.
that is my thing. Yep.
So I'm gonna try to fight.
What
I
we
need
need.
an eye or a pentagram. It's an eye.
And we do the victory dance.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I didn't die.
So we would flip over the thing, but we don't need to because we have killed the baddie and we have won the game.
Yes.
So let's award ourselves the steak dinner.
Stick it. Alright.
We kind of did that.
That was
Kinda
kind of
fast.
fast. Yeah.
Um,
When we got through the monsters of the week, like boom, 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 we've never done it that quickly
yeah.
before.
And I will say that the game that we played, was it last night?
Last night, yeah.
Yeah, it took us 2 hours.
That was a long game. We
We
won.
did
It was-
win,
it
but
was a
there
long
was a lot of fighting going on.
We were not very successful with our event checks.
So you can see we got close to here. So
We're
we
townie
are
status.
townies. We are just one shy of being Scoobies. So
That's
not that
cool.
really means anything.
Yeah, but it's, you know. The
Yeah.
other night we were Scoobies.
All right. So now let's get to what we think. All right. First off, apologize for any mistakes we might have made. I think we did okay. We did have to kind of go back and just double check a couple things, but I think everything was fine.
Yeah.
Since you are the Slayer,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, so I really enjoy this game. I don't know if y'all have been following us, but I kind of found this like a fluke at Gen Con this year. I saw a copy in the press room, picked it up, started looking through it, and I was like, this looks really cool. Met with Jazzco, and they're like, yeah, you can have a review copy, and it's a really good game. I was really glad that I was able to kind of look through it and come home with a copy. So yeah, because I'm currently finishing up season 5 of Buffy, so I'm still working my way through. And you just started like last week.
I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in.
So I mean, I'm still learning all about Buffy, but it's really cool. I'm glad that I really got into it. And this game is just really fun. It's really immersive, I think, with the storytelling. It's just really cool. I like it a lot.
I will say I was kind of skeptical
Yeah.
because, one, I wasn't a fan of Buffy because I'd never watched it.
Yes.
So, not that I had anything against it, I just didn't watch it. And two, it's an IP, so a lot of times those games aren't the greatest.
I was really skeptical about it too, but once I started flipping through the rule book and all, I was like, oh, this actually doesn't seem like a bad game. I know the other night you actually compared this to Pandemic, which I was like, no, I do not like Pandemic, but I see where you're
this
coming
does
from.
feel a lot like Pandemic to me.
Yeah, you're spawning your vamps and your demons and...
So I think if you like Pandemic or you like that kind of game, you're gonna like this.
Yeah.
So, anyway, go ahead and continue.
But yeah, I think it's really cool. I like that, the artwork is, pretty reminiscent of, scenes from the show. Like your artifacts that we didn't really get to. I mean, because we were playing with like basic and like
some
you
of the
said,
artifacts can be bad.
Yeah, some of them are bad, but like there's just different ones here that you've can probably recognize from different episodes. Again, I'm not completely through all of them, so I haven't seen all of them yet. Some of them I'm like, I don't know what this is, or I don't remember some of them. But that's really cool. Yeah, because the other night you had Faith's knife.
And the knife, yeah.
You haven't got to Faith yet. Faith is interesting. She's an interesting character. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Even with this being like the introductory, like beginner game, it still can be hard depending on what pops up and how successful you are.
Yeah, and the monster or the big bad that you're gonna have other ones that are harder. Obviously, this is the one that they tell you to start with.
Yeah.
So
Because you get 6.
don't expect it to be as easy as what we have shown.
Kinda lucky.
Plus, we also did start with Megan getting the
Slayer
Slayer
Scythe.
Slayer.
I keep wanting to call it a
Scythe.
scythe, so I mean, we can't say that word apparently.
Yeah, and it does tell you that if you want a harder game, do this. If you want an easier game, do that. So we kind of feel like we're kind of on the easier side.
We're
but
still beginners with
yeah,
this.
we are. So, but I think our playthrough gave you a good idea, kind of how the game flows, and that's really the important thing we're after here.
Yep. But there are 6 big bads, so you do have the master. And you have Glorificus, with her special
That's
scenarios.
her name, Glorificus.
Yeah, she's weird. I'm currently in her story arc. It's really odd. Adam, which I did not like that story arc at all. It's when they go to college and you deal with all that with the initiative and her new boyfriend. I was not a fan of Adam. The first evil
That looks
very creepy looking. Mayor Richard Wilkins,
he's a politician. What do you expect? He's
yeah,
evil.
he comes in with faith and all, and it's just weird. And then Caleb, who's a priest, and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
I haven't got to him yet, so I really don't know anything about him. But interesting, priest or bad. But yeah, so those are the other big bad cards.
I think that's hilarious that they are called the Big Bad
You think it's
Monster
funny,
of the Week.
Monster of the Week, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we showed off our individual players earlier, so you have also Giles, who's like the coolest librarian ever, in my opinion. Then you have Willow with her magic. Spike, who I've actually met before.
Share an elevator with him.
I did share an elevator with him. Didn't realize till halfway up the elevator. I was like, oh yeah, you're a famous person.
There's also Captain John Hart from Torchwood.
Yes, that's how I recognized him at the time, because I was like, I don't know what you're talking about with Spike.
He's also Brainiac from Smallville.
Oh yeah, he was in Smallville. Yeah. And then Angel, who I've seen at a Comic-Con too, where you sat through part of his panel, actually, waiting for another panel. So yeah, so I've seen a couple of these people, which is kind of cool.
Flip those over.
Yeah, just kind of different. It's the same artwork, but just bigger on the back. Yeah. Cool. I do like the artwork. I think it's cool, and like I said, thematically, it's all super cool as well.
Yeah, it's kind of got that little painted look, so it's not like it's
Straight
directly out
picture,
of the
yeah.
TV show. But yeah, I think the artwork's fine.
Mm-hmm. There is a new version of Buffy too. There's like a second one. It has Faith on the box, which was the one I think they were releasing at Gen Con or Origins this year. It comes with a couple of Buffy's other friends that you kind of meet in college and stuff. So you get some new characters. If you like this game and you like Buffy and you want to check that one out, hopefully you will get that to the channel at some point possibly. But for this one, I know we're probably going to play with some other characters and try the other baddies out at some point too.
Yep.
Once we actually know who they are.
All right, so we talked about gameplay, which we both like it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the components. Now, you talked a little bit about the artwork, and I agree, the artwork is pretty good.
I think it's cool too. Monster of the Week, though, it has a couple different ones there too. And you have like the Whispermen, who were like, that episode was creepy, but so good.
but the artwork on the item cards,
They're kind of
it's
basic.
it is basic, but you don't really need that much. I will say that I do like the fact that the text on there is nice and clear and easy to read.
And keywords are bolded, so you can easily see that as well.
Yeah, all the cardboard tokens are nice and thick.
Yeah.
So those are nice. Even the player boards are really good and thick too as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got the full art on the back there. The board itself, it's not an overly huge board.
No.
And it's laid out fairly well. So I mean, I don't really have any issues with any of the components. The cards, they are a little on the slicker side. They don't have a linen finish, but there's nothing wrong with them.
No.
And the artwork on the cards is nice. Very clear. Whoops, just dropped that one.
Yep.
But I'll just pick that one up. So you can see these. There's nothing wrong with these. They're fine. They might feel, or they might get a little bit of wear, but that shows it's a loved game.
It is.
You start getting that.
Yep.
But and even the box insert I think is pretty good as well. It's functional. You got your bays there. Everything kind of fits. Don't have any problem with stuff going all over the place. And of course you've got plenty of baggies. And the rule book itself, while I think it could be laid out a little bit better,
It does tell you, though, throughout reading it, read this all the way. Make sure you know it thoroughly, because you are going to be referencing it too, again, with your first couple plays, just to kind of know all the terminology. When we went through it the first time, we were kind of walking through it as we were going through it, just to kind of have that. But
it does kind of tell you,
read it.
this is what you need to do, and setup is complete. You do all that, so it's pretty good. There are some things I think we had to look on Board Game Geek, just to make sure that we were playing it correctly, because there was a couple of things, and there is an FAQ, I think, in there.
There is on BGG from what we found.
Maybe I'm getting that
It seemed
confused.
like everyone had the same
So
questions.
here's an FAQ that's in there, but that doesn't answer the questions that we had. But other than that, I mean, you've got here's your important sequences, which I think we got that down pretty good.
Yeah.
Your end of round stuff, what happens with the monster activation, and there are a couple other things that you didn't actually see happen in the game, but you can see here is all the basically the hunt priority that they do. Adjacent location with an unprotected townie means that there's no character with them. An adjacent location with a protected townie. So basically, if there's any townies on the board, they're going to go after them. Adjacent location with a character. Vampires move one location, demons move two. And if there are two or more equivalent movement options, collectively choose where the baddies will move. So that's always a big thing, is we get to make that decision.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all your end of round stuff that you're going to do as well. We didn't actually rescue any townies, so if we would have ended our turn, so let's just say that I ended there at the magic box, then I would have been able to rescue this townie. So Xander probably would have hit on her.
Oh, most likely.
And she just goes off the board. So
would have been
she has been saved. She has left the library. She has been saved. Wrong fandom. No, so as you're going to get into some of the other stuff, you're going to have a need to get more artifacts, more powerful weapons, that sort of thing. But no, pretty much, I like the game. I've enjoyed playing it. We've played four games now, I think. So it was a little bit of a learning curve just because we had questions, but like I said, hopefully we didn't make too many errors, and you got a really good feel for how the game plays.
Yeah.
So I think we both recommend it,
Definitely.
especially in this month of spooky games.
It is a good time to go back and watch Buffy too, especially those really creepy episodes.
It is,
or the musical episode.
And I'm watching it now. So
you are, yeah. You're getting into it.
I'm all set.
That's when I started watching it last year, the first time around. Because I was like, yeah, it's Halloween time. I should watch something scary. And I've already watched all Supernatural, so this is the original Supernatural.
It is.
Kind of, yeah.
All right, so that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the board game, and that is from Jasco. And we will catch you guys next time.
Bye.
If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.